Hi, this is John Hope Bryant, founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of Operation Hope. I'm also honored to serve President Barack Obama on the U.S. President's Advisory Council on Financial Capability, where I serve as chairman of the subcommittee on the underserved and community empowerment. Today, I'm honored to announce to the world the Hope Global Financial Dignity Summit, scheduled for November 14th and November 15th, 2012 in Atlanta, Georgia. Honorary co-chairs include Mayor Kasim Reed, President of the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, Dennis Lockhart. My co-chair in the summit, civil rights icon Ambassador Andrew Young, Dr. Bernice King, CEO of the King Center, and so many others. We are honored also to have U.S. Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke as our lead keynote speaker. We will have 100 speakers playing roles from session leaders to co-chairs to principal main stage speakers at this summit. We'll have 1,000 delegates from 50 countries. I'm honored to confirm that the CEO of a division of Siemens will be here from Germany, that a member of parliament from Singapore, Penny Lowe, will be here. That my friend Thierry Tenoy, who is the CEO of EcoBank, the largest branch banking network in Africa, will be here. That friends from the World Bank are traveling from different parts of the world. That we've got a delegation coming from even Saudi Arabia. The CEO of Setco Capital, a $10 billion private equity firm in Saudi Arabia, is coming along with others from the region. We will be a big tent. We will be inclusive. And we'll be focused on a powerful agenda. The agenda of financial literacy as a civil rights tool for this generation of all people, of financial inclusion as the way, and financial dignity as the goal. The mission, to quote Ambassador Andrew Young, to make free enterprise and capitalism relevant to the poor, and to make it finally work for the poor. We call it civil rights, from civil rights to civil rights. Our friends at the World Economic Forum have done an incredible job of framing out an agenda for leadership and growth in the world, and bring leaders together in Davos to focus on precisely that, to make the world a better place, to bring people together, to dialogue, to come to some agreement on how to grow democracy, grow stability, grow the economy, grow opportunity. My friend President Bill Clinton has innovated the Clinton Global Initiatives, and they meet in New York City, and they try to stabilize our world through commitment and sustainability. Michael Milken has put together the Milken Institute, and they have an annual conference in California, and they're focused squarely on making California great again and stabilizing her fiscal underpinnings. We are going to be focused on a slightly different agenda here in Atlanta, one on empowering the poor. That's it. That's our movement, to bring leaders from all around the world and here in the U.S., C-suite leaders, corporate leaders, corner office leaders from government, community, faith, academia, private sector, media, together on an agenda to empower the poor, to give them a hand up and not just a hand out. It'll be 2 days. We will open the Hope Global Financial Dignity Center at Ebenezer Church on the 14th in the morning. We'll hold a Global Dignity Forum in the afternoon of the 14th. The Crown Prince of Norway will be on live Skype with civil rights icons and other leaders on the 14th in the afternoon. We'll have a discussion around jobs and the Atlanta Miracle. The people like Jim Clifton, the CEO of Gallup, will help to lead this conversation. Of course, Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke will lay out a broad-based vision for how the power of financial education, financial literacy, financial capability, financial inclusion, and financial and economic empowerment can stabilize the downside and lift up the upside of society going forward. The CEO of some of America's largest banks, corporations, and companies have already confirmed as speakers and presenters. Foundation leaders, academic leaders, community leaders, faith leaders, the head of the NAACP, my friend Ben Jealous, and so many more have already confirmed to be with us. We want you with us. If you are not fortunate enough to get a delegate invitation, you can watch us on live video conference during the summit through our website at operationhope.org. We welcome you to join us on this journey as we move to commitment on behalf of the poor and the underserved, to give them a hand up and not a handout. I'm reminded of the story of Martin Luther King Jr. He was focused on the Poor People's Campaign towards the end of his life. It was a movement he didn't get to really work on, yet alone finish. His life was cut short in Memphis. But he was focused on the Poor People's Campaign, and he had written the last book. His last book was Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community? A very powerful question, which hopefully through our local financial inclusion meetings tied to the summit, leading up to the summit, we help to begin to answer. But the Hope Financial Dignity Center at the Martin Luther King Senior Complex, named after his father, Daddy King, will hope to provide an illumination for capitalism through a moral lens. That Daddy King and Dr. King were co-pastors of Ebenezer Church. Daddy King was also a businessman in addition to a preacher. He served on the board of a bank for 40 years. See, capitalism is not evil. Greed is bad. Capitalism and free enterprise is not. And what if we could make free enterprise and capitalism relevant to the poor? What if we could use it as a tool to uplift the poor and free them to pursue their opportunity and redefine freedom in the 21st century as your ability to have self-determination in your life. Create jobs, create your own job, spur a generation of entrepreneurship and small business owners and self-employment projects here and around the world to make philanthropy a job and not just charity. We need charity too, but we need sustainable economic growth. Let's broaden the agenda, deepen the commitment, really reach in and build up a new philosophy of how to change the lives of the poor. 700 credit score communities is just one of the many ideas that will be explored at this summit. Well, you go into so-called poor neighborhoods in America, there are 550 credit score neighborhoods. They're being targeted by predatory lenders and check cashers and rent-to-own stores and title lenders. But if you can move that community from a 550 credit score, as we do at Operation Hope, to a 670 credit score, you move them from a from a check casher and a payday loan lender to a credit union or a bank, from a liquor store to a convenience store. You turn that poor neighborhood into an emerging market. This can be done. We can create solutions. We can change this world. But it's going to take all of us to be part of this solution. As it was famously said, I believe by Gandhi, be the change you want to see in this world. And finally, let me point to what's probably distracted you, was the bracelets on my arm. I was in Saudi Arabia last week, so this prayer bracelet is in respect to the peaceful religion of Islam, which has been hijacked by extremists. But what I know of Islam is a peaceful religion and peaceful people. I had a great time in Saudi Arabia. There's a delegation from Saudi Arabia coming to the summit, including the CEO of a $10 billion private equity firm who wants to empower the poor and create jobs there in the Middle East. They need 100 million jobs in 10 years, and the only way to do that is, I think, is through entrepreneurship and empowerment. And on this hand, you've got a bracelet from Tanzania, and this bracelet, buying this bracelet that was made by children, actually purchased a malaria tent that saved the life of a family in Africa. The bracelet here is from Kenya. And this bracelet here is from Quincy Jones and his foundation, and has every religion reflected in it, meaning that we're all in this together. This summit is about inclusion. I'm today not an American but a global citizen. We can do this. We can create a rainbow after the storm. We can have prosperity, opportunity, and dignity too. I believe that, and I believe in you. I'll see you at the Global Financial Dignity Summit, where we will move from dialogue to commitment to stability to action for the poor. Thank you very much.